Good morning. I'm your host, Gregory Butler from Tech School, and today we're going to walk through the scratch cards. So hopefully you've got my handout in hand and you've downloaded the scratch cards. So as you look at the first scratch card, you'll see the butterfly and it will change color. So the next thing we need to do is we need to navigate our browser to scratch.mit.edu just like we have, and you'll see this screen. Next thing we do is we click on the Create button and we get our edit window. And let me briefly walk you through the edit window. As you can see, there's a blue box here with our cat. That's called a sprite. And here is where the code for the cat goes. To the left, there's a stage. If we want to change the background, we click here in the background area and we can pick any one of these backgrounds and click on OK. And automatically our cat is now in a castle, and we can edit this if we want. If we just go back to our scripts tab and back to our cat, because our cat's of interest, we can just easily drag and drop several things and click there, and we can see if we keep repeating a click, the cat starts to move. Now in our case, we're going to use the butterfly, so let's go to File and New and start our new project. So the cat's not part of this project, so if we right mouse click, we can delete him, or we can just unclick the show if we click on that blue button. So we go to our sprite library and open that up, and we're looking for a butterfly and we find him over here under the bees. Click on OK and our butterfly appears. We could also have painted one. As you can see, there's a paintbrush right here, and we could have painted a butterfly. Next thing is we're going to refer to our scratch card, and we go to our scripts and go to events. So in this case it says when space key pressed, so we drag that over, and then we're going to change its color. So change under looks, and we slide down and we change its color effect. And we snap those two together, and we can change its value if we want. Let me increase that a bit so we can all see. And then we click the green flag, which is not necessary, and just hit the space key. And what do we notice on our butterfly? He's changing colors. If we want to clear the color effects, we hit stop, and he goes back to the original butterfly, as you can see below. So that's our first project. Now we'll flip the page and we're going to see move to a beat. So File, New. Again, we can get rid of our cat by right mouse clicking and deleting, or we can just go and unclick the show. And we're going to get a new sprite. In this case, we're going to get our dancing girl. So we can go to People to reduce this, and we can find Cassie. And we'll click OK. Next thing we're going to do is go back to events, get our green flag. Then we're going to get from control our forever and stack that together. Next we go to motion and grab our move. We're going to actually need it twice. So we have two moves, which is going to move forward and backwards. Then we go to sound and add a drum effect in the middle, and if we want, we're going to have a second drum effect, just like the scratch card handout shows. So if we just click the green flag right now, that's what we get. And as you can see, Cassie goes off the screen because we didn't have a negative sign, so we grab her elbow and drag her back, hopefully. If you can't do that, then the easy thing to do is go to motion and just grab the go to and set 0 and 0, and that's the origin, and click on that. So the origin, of course, is 0, 0 is in the center of the screen. So what we need to do is modify our scratch. So we'll add that to 30. We'll change that to -30, and as we see, we will change the drum to a second drum, a bass drum. And now we match what's on the scratch card, and click on the green flag. So at this point, what you would like to have your class do is play around with this. Try different drum sounds. There's a number of them, as you can see. There's 17. They can change the duration and see how that plays out. So that's our second scratch card. Next card we're going to is the duck and the hippo. So we're going to start over. So file new. And we're going to get 2 new sprites. In our case, we need to get the duck. And we find the duck and we scroll through. Well, there's the hippo. And we say OK. Then we go back to new sprite. We can go to animals to reduce this down. Find our duck. And say OK. And then we'll go back to our cat, which we can't seem to delete, and click show. So position the hippo there, the duck there. Now we're going to have the characters have a little bit of a dialogue. So when this sprite is clicked, we'll drag that out for the duck, since we're focused on him right now. And then we're going to have him say something, in this case, say, for 2 seconds. You can say hello, or we can just modify that to what the scratch card says is, hey, I didn't know hippos could fly. And now if we click on the duck, click on the green flag, click on the duck, and now he says that. If we click on the hippo, nothing says that because there's no code for the hippo. So we'll flip to the hippo and we'll have him respond. Our first thing we want to do with the hippo is flip him because he's facing the wrong way. You don't talk to somebody with your back changed. So we go to costumes and we notice that here in the corner we can flip him. So see that? You can flip him upside down and we can flip him left and right. We go back to scripts and we have him have his response and say of course. Of and he can edit that to say of course. And you can save them on the website or on locally, of course.